Okay, let's unpack this. Imagine the global coffee market. It's this huge thing, right? Beans, buyers, prices changing every day, and suddenly it feels like it's bracing for this massive shockwaves. That's really the core of our deep dive today. We're pulling this from the latest ZoneCafeFM bulletin, dated August 4th, 2025.
Yeah, and what's really fascinating here isn't just that markets react to news, it's how incredibly fast they react. They price in things that might happen, sometimes just whispers. Our job today really is to cut through some of that noise, to figure out what's actually going on and, why it matters for you.
Right, so first let's get a quick check on the ground. What's the bulletin saying locally? Looks like local coffee prices in Vietnam's Thanh Nguyen region, places like Ec Loc, Gia La, they've
Hmm.
seen these slight dips, small amounts, 500, 600 dong per kilo.
Yeah.
But the global trading floors, that's where things got really bumpy.
Oh, yeah.
On August 2nd, London Robusta futures for September 2025, they just dropped. Like a shocking fall from $300 and $461 down to $321 per ton, over 140 bucks.
That's a significant move, no doubt. But, and this is crucial, despite that big fall, Robusta hasn't actually broken through its strong support level. That's around $3,200.
Okay, so that's like a floor price.
Exactly. Think of it as a line where buyers tend to step back in. So it suggests that while there was a big reaction, there's still potential support there. And it wasn't just Robusta. New York Arabica futures for September also fell pretty sharply, dropped from 297.05 down to 283.65 US cents a pound. Big moves across the board.
So what triggered this? Here's where it gets, well, really interesting, according to the bulletin. The biggest variable right now seems to be this announcement from the Donald Trump administration about a potential 50% tariff on Brazilian goods.
50%, wow.
Yeah, including coffee. And it's supposedly set to take effect August 6th, just a couple of days from the bulletin date.
Okay, so connecting the dots, this raises a really important question. Is the market reacting to something definite, something confirmed? Or is it reacting to, well, a powerful rumor?
Right. Is it real yet?
Well, what's fascinating, and the bulletin points this out, is if you actually look at the official harmonized tariff schedule, the HTS-US, raw coffee, that's HS code 0901,
Okay.
it still officially has a 0% import duty into the US. Zero. So this implies that the market's big sell-off.
Mm-hmm.
It was like selling the bad news before it happened. Traders reacting to the fear of the tariff, not the tariff itself being policy yet.
Interesting. So they jumped the gun based on the announcement.
It certainly looks that way. A preemptive move, basically trying to get ahead of potential losses.
Okay, so if this is the situation, this fear, this uncertainty, what does it mean for how coffee actually moves around the world?
Well, this perceived threat, even if it's not official policy yet, it's already causing shifts, or at least people are planning for shifts.
Yeah.
Brazil, for instance. They might look to significantly ramp up exports to China. China's coffee consumption is growing like crazy, maybe 20% a year.
20%. Okay, that's a huge alternative market.
Definitely. Or you could see more Brazilian coffee diverted to the EU. Another possibility is rerouting, maybe through, say, Mexico or Panama to get it into the U.S. indirectly, though obviously that adds complexity and costs. Logistics get tricky.
And amidst all this potential reshuffling, the bulletin highlights something else, a possible opening for Vietnam.
Exactly. If Brazilian coffee suddenly faces these big hurdles getting into the U.S. market, American roasters have to look elsewhere. They need stable, reliable sources. And Vietnam, with its huge Robusta production and, importantly, its increasing focus on quality, well, it could become a really attractive alternative, a top choice, potentially.
So what would Vietnam need to do to really grab that opportunity?
To really capitalize, the focus would need to be on a few key things. Enhancing traceability is one, knowing exactly where the beans come from. Standardizing quality is another big one. Making sure exports consistently meet international standards. And just strengthening those links to international supply chains, making it easy for buyers to connect.
It's about being ready and reliable when the opportunity knocks.
Precisely. It's not just about having the coffee, it's about having the systems in place.
Okay, before we wrap this up, there's a really crucial warning in the bulletin we need to mention. They stress that this whole tariff picture, it's far from clear. There's a big gap between maybe what's being reported or rumored.
And what's actually official policy.
Right. The analysis strongly advises anyone involved, businesses, exporters, traders, even farmers, to be checking the official HTSUS website regularly.
Don't just rely on headlines.
Absolutely not. The key takeaway is don't make hasty decisions based on unconfirmed rumors. That's how you end up with unnecessary losses. Acting on speculation can be really costly.
So this deep dive really shows a market caught,
Yeah.
sort of, between hope and fear, anticipation and reality. It really highlights how sensitive these global commodities are to just the whisper of a policy change.
It really does. It makes you think about the sheer power of, perceived risk versus actual verified fact in the global economy, how fast money moves based on perception. Indeed. So, something for you to think about. What really stands out to you about how markets react so strongly to rumors compared to confirmed facts? And maybe, how could this whole period of uncertainty actually redraw the global coffee map in the long run? Something to mull over until our next deep dive.